And they hired a big movie star, Arnold Schwarzenegger, to take my place. And we know how that turned out.
Oh, I have a great idea. Why don't we switch jobs? You take over TV because you're such an expert in ratings.
The ratings went right down the tubes. It's been a total disaster.
And I take over your job. And then people can finally sleep comfortably again.
Did you know that 100% of former Californian governors named Arnold can absolutely destroy a sitting president with words alone? It's true.
So being from Europe, I've seen firsthand how things can spin out of control. I know there is a fear in this country and all over the world that something like this could happen right here.
Twist that someone was the leader of the free world. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. It's true, we just watched it happen. In a stunning display of political prowess, Schwarzenegger just proved that sometimes the best way to clap you up is by tearing someone else down. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Arnold's journey from Mr. Universe to Mr. Governor is like a real-life version of the American dream. Remember when Arnold was just a beefcake in a banana hammock? Well, those days are long gone. Our favorite Austrian oak has traded his protein shakes for political punches.
As an immigrant to this country, I would like to say a few words to my fellow Americans. President Trump sought to overturn the results of an election, and of a fair election.
But with more explosions and catchphrases. He flexed his way into our hearts as a bodybuilder, then blasted onto the big screen as an action hero.
President Trump is a failed leader. He will go down in history as the worst president ever.
Arnie wasn't content with just pretending to save the world. He wanted to do it for real. So what's a muscle man to do? Run for governor, of course.
The good thing is that he soon will be as irrelevant as an old tweet. Very aware of Kristallnacht, or the night of broken glass.
Arnold swapped his "I'll be back" for "I'll be in office," and California said, "You're hired." Suddenly, the Terminator was terminating bills instead of bad guys. Talk about a plot twist.
It was a night of rampage against the Jews carried out in 1938 at the Nazi equivalent of the Proud Boy.
But now, our hero faces his toughest opponent yet. A president who thinks foreign policy means dating models from other countries. Yep, Arnold's gone from Terminator to Trumpinator, and he's not pulling any punches.
You famously said that the Republican Party has a problem at the box office. I heard you equate the GOP with the Titanic.
Trump was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Arnold was born with a burning desire to make it in America.
Because their policies were such that they were not really including everybody.
This isn't Arnold's first rodeo with the Donald. These two have been trading barbs like they're in a political version of Celebrity Deathmatch. He knows what it's like to chase the American dream because he lived it. And now he's using that experience to school Trump on what America is really all about. Remember when Trump mocked Arnold's ratings on The Apprentice? Arnold fired back, suggesting they swap jobs so people could finally sleep comfortably. Ouch.
What do you think about Donald Trump running for president again?
You know, I think that's the past.
It's like watching two old men fight over the last piece of pie at a diner, except the pie is America and one of them is orange. So what sparked this latest showdown? Well, it seems Trump's been running his mouth again. Shocker, I know. And Arnold decided it was time to pump some iron into the political discourse.
And I think that we have to march into the future. And I think there are very talented people in this country on the Republican side that can run. So I will go, look in the future rather than in a rear mirror.
He's been watching from the sidelines as Trump turns the presidency into a reality show, and he's had enough. As news of Arnold's upcoming TV appearance spread, people started wondering, what could he possibly say that hasn't been said before? Folks, because Arnold just dropped a political bombshell that's got Trump's toupee spinning faster than a fidget spinner in a tornado. Arnold may be a Republican, but he's putting country before party faster than he can say, "Get to the chopper." Hold on to your MAGA hat there to terminate Trump's ego, one zinger at a time. Now, you might think Arnold's just another Hollywood pretty boy with more muscles than brains. Our favorite Austrian oak took to the airwaves, and let me tell you, he wasn't there to promote his latest action flick.
The only thing is that we don't have to go under completely. We don't have to wait for that moment. Let's change and let's go and be more open and go back to this kind of like big tent idea of Ronald.
But he proved he's got some serious political firepower. He started by taking us on a trip down memory lane, and not the fun kind with ice cream and puppies.
With getting rid of gerrymandering and to do redistricting reform and to have open primaries.
Arnold brought up The Night of Broken Glass, and no, that's not the name of his new action movie. It's a dark chapter in history.
Independents are about to overtake Republicans in California. What can California do differently?
I think independents are going to take over the Republicans, they're going to take over the Democrats.
You know, those guys who think toxic masculinity is a cologne they can buy at Walmart. Our muscle-bound hero warned us that things can spin out of control, that Arnold's seen firsthand, and he's not about to let it repeat on his watch. Arnold wasn't pulling any punches when he compared the events of Kristallnacht to the shenanigans of groups like the Proud Boys, faster than Trump's Twitter feed on a bad hair day. And let's face it, with Trump, every day is a bad hair day. Arnold suggested a job swap with the Donald. Why don't we switch jobs? He said, probably while flexing his biceps for emphasis. But Arnold didn't stop there. Oh no, he was just warming up. In a move that would make even the cheesiest game show host blush, I'm surprised the studio sprinklers didn't go off. Now we all know Arnold's famous for his catchphrases. You take over TV because you're such an expert in ratings and I take over your job. Ouch! That burn was so hot. Arnold flipped the script, suggesting that instead of going back to the good old days of division and hate, we should be moving forward to a future of unity and progress. I'll be back. Get to the chopper. It's not a tumor, but who knew he could turn "I'll be back" into a profound political statement? The good thing is that he soon will be as irrelevant as an old tweet. Boom! That's the kind of knockout punch that would make even Rocky Balboa say, "Yo, Adrian, did you see that?" Mind blown. But the real kicker, the moment that had Trump supporters seeing more stars than the Hollywood Walk of Fame, was when Arnold dropped this truth bomb. By the time he reached his final powerful statements, even the most diehard Trump supporters were probably reaching for the Advil. Throughout his appearance, Arnold built tension like he was crafting the plot of Terminator 6, The Rise of Common Sense. He started with some light jabs at Trump's leadership, then moved on to personal stories that hit harder than a predator punch. Soon as the Governator finished his epic takedown, social media exploded like a nuclear reactor in a Terminator movie. Well, folks, it looks like Arnold's TV appearance just broke the internet harder than Kim Kardashian's behind, as the memes started rolling in faster than Trump's McDonald's orders. We're talking Lady Liberty with Arnold's face, looking all buff and ready to defend democracy. For a hot second, everyone stopped posting cat videos and conspiracy theories to watch Arnold's political smackdown go viral faster than you can say, "I'll be back." You know, things are getting wild when even the celebs start chiming in. Turns out the rich and famous love a good Trump bashing as much as the rest of us. It was like the internet collectively decided, hey, let's turn this into the funniest political roast ever. And boy, did they deliver. Meanwhile, in the comments section, it was like World War III broke out. Trump supporters and Arnold fans were going at it harder than a bodybuilding competition. They were all over social media, giving Arnold virtual high fives and probably wishing they had biceps big enough to join in on the action. You had MAGA hats throwing digital punches, while Arnold's army was firing back with Terminator quotes. It was a keyboard battle royale. Arnold's words didn't just rile up his usual fans. Nope, he managed to do something that seemed about as likely as Trump admitting he lost the election. And let me tell you, it was more entertaining than most reality TV shows. But here's where things got really interesting. He got Democrats and Republicans to agree on something. It was like watching a political Frankenstein's monster come to life, stitched together by pure disgust for the Orange Menace. It's been described as a Chihuahua trying to intimidate a Rottweiler. I mean, come on guys, that's not even a fair fight. Meanwhile, the White House is trying to downplay Arnold's comments like a toddler pretending they didn't just eat all the cookies. It's like watching a balloon animal try to take on a porcupine. But here's where it gets interesting. Suddenly, they're speaking out against Trump like they just remembered what having principles feels like. It's a domino effect. Arnold's verbal smackdown seems to have given other Republicans a backbone transplant. It's like watching a nature documentary where the loudmouthed hyena finally meets a lion. Spoiler alert, the hyena doesn't win. The media is having a field day with this. They've gone from Trump says to Trump scrambles to respond faster than you can say fake news. For once, it seems like Trump might be the one saying, "I'll be back," to his lawyers. Schwarzenegger is urging us to share our thoughts on social media, jump into political debate, states and fight for a more inclusive America. So what's the next scene in this democracy flick? It's time for us to stop being extras and grab the lead role. Remember folks, in the battle for democracy, we'll always be back, and maybe next time we'll bring our own cheesy one-liners.